And welcome back to Corbellic Studio. I'm Corbellic. We're going to be knocking out a really cool, fun impressionism, landscape, expressionism, cartoon character, going through the landscape. It's going to be really fun. I can't wait to see how this is going to pop out. But when I was a child, I used to love waking up on Saturday morning so I could watch Wild Coyote and the Roadrunner, right? Going through like the wall. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be like a wild coyote just going through the painting. You're going to see what I'm talking about. It's going to be really cool, something different. I'm glad that you're enjoying this series of me painting. You can do it too. I really love painting pop culture stuff. So you're going to start seeing me paint a lot of pop culture references as well and having fun with it. You can do it as well. So don't think too much about, hey, Corbellic, where do I download the references or what can I paint? You could paint anything you want. You could paint cartoon characters, change it up, have them do different things, have it be little abstractions, and no one can say anything to you because you're doing it in your own image, in your own style. Whatever words that you want to throw on there, it doesn't matter. Just have fun, paint, get on to the next canvas. So if you want to learn more about that, click the link below so you can join the free eBay art community and you can see how you can start doing it for yourself, start making money for the holidays, and break yourself free, financially free, creatively free, mentally free. And then, yeah. All right. Without further ado, let's get started. Let me turn the lights out and we're going to get into this painting. All right. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to do the background first, just the impressionism, the sky, the valley. It's going to be really quick. We're just going to go straight into it with different colors and see what we pump out. Let's do this. There's no rules. There's no right or wrong. So right now I just chose some blue, right? And then I'm gonna do a light purple. And then I'm gonna do yellow, light yellow. I'm just trying to have the colors be layered. Anytime that I do an impressionism where it's like the sky or whatever, I'm just making sure that it's layered and I'm not overlaying it too much. I'm not blending them in. I'm just having them be in their own section and keeping it as is. That way, when it comes together, it looks like you blended it that way or it's perfectly that way, but really it's just you're just not blending them in. You're not going back over. So this is like the white, right? Now we could do a light blue at the bottom. And there's no wrong way. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I always say the only wrong way is you not trying and you not showing up. That's your ego getting involved of you not even wanting to try. Now let's do the mountain. So I'm going to add a line so we can at least know where the ground starts in the mountain, right? I kind of like that, what I just said, where I was talking about your ego getting in the way of you not trying. A lot of times in life, we could be so successful in different avenues that we want to do. It's just that we don't want to look stupid to people, right? Come on, let's be honest. We know that's where we could be so successful if our ego wasn't involved. I think that's why it even says so in the Bible, where pride comes before the fall. It's because your ego, the ego of man, I tell you. But once you just let your ego go, you could be free. You ever have an idea of something that you wanted to do? And maybe you had it for years. And then you see on TV that somebody else did it. Or maybe somebody near you or in your family, they did it. And I mean, maybe you didn't even tell anybody about the idea, but all of a sudden you see that it's been years later or weeks later or months later, whatever, in the future, and you see that somebody's doing a version of your idea that you had. And guess what? And then you see that that person's successful or it's working for them. And you said to yourself, I had that idea. I was going to do that. No one believes you. No one's taking it serious because you took yourself so serious where you didn't even try. And you could have been rich by now. You could have already done it. Why didn't you do it? Because your ego. You didn't want to look stupid. You didn't want to look stupid to people who already think deep down inside that you're stupid anyways. Damn, that's deep. Dang, you're supposed to just be painting some fun cartoons today. Corbellic, why are you getting so deep on me? Pause. Because sometimes you have to, you know? So, I mean, it can't always be fun. This is not a painting course. I really created it so I can talk to you and try to get you out of your mind psychologically about success. It's not just about doing art. It's about freeing your mind and doing something for yourself. You're stopping the success of your life because you care about people who are judging you anyways, and they don't care. And they want you to be in your situation where you're at, so you're not doing better than them. They're not going to tell you that though. Some of these people might feel that you've always been talented, or you've always been smart, or you've always been, but they're not going to tell you that. They want you to be where they're at, and you can free yourself by just trying, by just doing you, because it's already inside of you. I don't even have to tell you to try. You know what to do. It's already inside of you. That's why I always say on here, this is not an art class. An art class means that I have something to teach you and tell you, and I don't have anything to teach you when it comes to being creative, because you're already creative. We're all creators. It's already inside of you. If I tell you that this is a paint lesson or something like that, then that means that you have something to learn, and that you're going to be comparing yourself that you have something to learn. The only thing that I'm going to be teaching you in here or showing you is how to list on eBay and how to have the proper segment so you can take advantage of the algorithm that they already have in place. Different things that I've learned about the algorithm in the computer system and how you need to list on there, how you need to have a schedule. Those are the things. Everything else is already inside of you. You don't need to ask me every single video how to paint or how to projector or what the reference things are, because you can use whatever you want. But I also understand that as well, and I have a breakdown in the course. I have a breakdown of different titles that you can use, different references of how you can populate these images, what to populate, what are the most popular ones to populate, and you can do it as well. Which art pieces, which references. But as far as like, you know, what or and even though I'll provide you a list of things that you can use, you could also use things in your life that you might want to paint and that you want to use, because you might have a better idea of concepts that I didn't think of yet. And then you're going to be able to test that on your market. And if your market resonates with it and they're buying a lot of it, then that's what's popular for you. I'm going to give you things that I've learned over the years that was popular with me, but my way doesn't have to be your way. I'm going to be the only coach that's going to really be talking about stuff like that, where things that might have worked for me, it might work better for you or might not work in the same form. Just because somebody gives you advice in life Don't always take that as Bible and like that's the absolute. Because how things work in the universe and how energy works, your experience is different than my experience. But as long as you're trying and you're showing up, as long as you show up and that you try, everything is always going to work out in your favor. And in this day and age, you have such an advantage over everyone because people are scared to try. People are naturally lazy nowadays. They don't want to work. So you have such an advantage to just show up. I'm just doing a quick background impressionism. That way I can, focus on the cartoon character later. But as long as that we have our background, that's going to be cool. I love having these conversations more than anything where I talk about the psychology of success. It's really important to me. I hear that I look young, but I'm a lot older than what you would think, probably. I am in my mid-40s. And I've worked a lot of places. I've been a lot of places. And even when I was younger, though, I've had somewhat of an old soul. So I'm here to break you free. It's funny, when I first started doing gallery art, one of my taglines that I would do in a lot of my art was slave. I would write it in everything. Even before I knew that I was wanting to be an artist, I would just write it in things. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I didn't know why at the time. And the reason why, after I thought more of it and people would ask me, what does that mean? Why are you putting slave in things? And I said, it's because in our society, they want you to be a slave no matter what you do. Especially, especially in America, but just in the world in general. You could be a millionaire and you're still a slave to some type of form. You could be a debt slave. You could be a slave to love. You could be a slave to consumerism. You could be a slave to, there's always something. That's why I always say every single day a bill is due. Because after you pay off something, there's something else, an emergency that's going to happen. There's always something where you feel like you're not getting ahead. This is going to give you a chance to get ahead just a little bit. And then from there, you'll be able to progress on the next step in what you want to do with your life. No one says that you have to do this full time, but this is at least going to give you a chance to get ahead because bills are due every single day. And then from there, you're going to be able to see what it is. So when I would say slave in my artwork, I meant that every single day it was a reminder to try to get free in something day by day, if it's one little thing at a time. Because how the system is all set up is that they want us to be a slave in something. Something is trying to make you a slave. You don't have to be a slave to your cubicle, to your job, or to certain situations. You could free yourself, but when you think of the whole picture, sometimes we get trapped into it because it's like eating an elephant, You have to think about it one at a time. Just free yourself one piece at a time. This is your first step, one piece at a time. And then we can go from there. All right, let's dry this off so that way we can go into the cartoon character. Man, Corbellic's getting deep on this video. All right, boom, there we go. Now let's just add in the black to where the road runner, or no, the wild coyote, he ran into the painting. And then we're pretty much done. Let me know in the comments below if you resonate with some of the things I was talking about. If you can relate to it in your own personal life, and how can you relate to it? Maybe we could keep this conversation going. Maybe it's important for us to have these type of conversations so that way you don't feel like you're so alone with these type of thoughts. All right. And this is the 1-inch brush that I'm using right now. Just that way I can get this paint in as quick as possible. Don't need to focus too much on the details. Details don't matter. People get the gist of what you're trying to do. I'm looking back at the reference picture just to make sure. Right? Something like that. And look at that. That's so cool. It's like he ran right through this painting. He's so crazy. I miss those days of growing up and having the cartoon, waking up in the morning on Saturday, right, to watch cartoons. Or remember even watching cartoons before school started. I'm telling you, kids nowadays, they don't know anything about this stuff. All right, let's turn the lights on, see where we're at. And let's add like some marks, right? Like he busted right through the painting, like some cracks. Or let me know in the comments, what was your favorite cartoons growing up?